Okay, I want to talk about the Toyota RAV4 2019. What a ravishing name, ladies and gentlemen, because it stands for Recreational Activity Vehicle. 4 stands for 4-wheel drive.
But interestingly, not all RAV4s have had all-wheel drive.
What are you saying? So a RAV4 which doesn't have 4-wheel drive still gets called as RAV4?
Ravishingly so.
Okay, now you were telling me earlier that the RAV4 was introduced to our good world in what year?
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a head trip. 94. And why so? I don't know if a lot of the viewers were conscious enough how old they were back then to register that that was the year that we Indians got introduced to Tata's Sumo.
Crazy.
So that was our evolution in terms of SUVs at that point in time.
Yeah.
And there in Japan, Toyota was unveiling the RAV4, which was basically giving you the benefits of an SUV, which we're all very familiar with today with our compact crossovers and SUVs, which gives you the benefit of an SUV, of sitting high up, of giving you the ground clearance, of giving you all-wheel drive architecture, but giving you the convenience and practicality of a car. In 94.
In 94, that was Toyota's first compact crossover. In 1994, once again, before you forget that, and this is the 5th generation.
Correct.
Yeah, and this 5th generation of RAV4, I keep saying that name because I love it so much. RAV4 was launched in 2018, that is this year, at New York Auto Show. But hang on a second, we missed it.
Yeah, we did. No.
So, shouldn't we be at New York Auto Show next year?
Do you guys want us to be there?
Well, let us know in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. What are you waiting for? If you want us to be there, then hit the like button first off. If we have 10,000 likes on this RAV4 video, we promise we're going to make it to New York Auto Show next year. But what I was trying to get at is that it was already unveiled there. We know that it's got the underpinnings of Camry, Lexus ES.
Correct. This is the new TNGA platform, Toyota New Global Architecture, and this is the first SUV on that platform.
Why are we discussing it again if it's unveiled at New York Auto Show?
Oh yeah, that's because we have a common theme running along in the Paris Motor Show, which is we get electrified vehicles.
Oh yes.
Right? And in Europe, diesel right now is a big no-no. And RAV4 was already pretty popular in Europe in its hybrid form, so it made sense to bring the hybrid version at the Paris Motor Show, right?
Toyota's commitment to a diesel-free future and Toyota's commitment to hybrid tech. Once again, before you forget, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching our Motor Show updates from Paris Motor Show and Intimot, thanks to Michelin tires. Now, the RAV4 here, it gets a dynamic force 2.5-litre petrol engine coupled with 2 electric motors. The combined output is going to be 219 horses. First I thought it's less, but then it's 25 horses more than the last generation.
Right, this is still, like we said, a crossover, so it will be fairly light. So I think the horsepower count should be fine.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that this is the 2.5-litre petrol engine. We've seen the Camry in India with that, but this, like Toyota is saying, is a new generation. You can see it with the horsepower count, it's gone up, and of course this has this has all-wheel drive, and that has been also improved further.
Yeah, it's now the 4th generation as well. The hybrid self-charging unit is 4th generation.
Yeah, I mean, really fancy terms thrown out there.
Yeah.
And we'd love to see what all that does, but what we do know right now is in terms of the all-wheel drive ability, the RAV4 is doing that much better because now it can send, of course, it can send all 100% of the torque to the front axle, but for the first time, it can send as much as 80% of the torque to the rear wheels, and that's great because that lets you push out of slippery conditions, getting more torque to the rear wheels, and also it gets what's called as trail
mode. Yes,
trail mode. So that basically it's kind of using the brakes and electronic controls. So when you're in a slippery condition and one wheel starts to spin up, instead of wasting that torque, it brakes that wheel and transfers the torque to the wheel that has grip. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, if that sounds high-tech to you, let me bring you inside the RAV4. Before we get to the inside of RAV4, don't you think that the nose of RAV4 or the headlamps look very Fordish? I mean, just look at the headlamps. You guys look at it right now on the screen. Put the RAV4 on the screen, editor.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't it look like the Mustang?
Actually, what it reminded me of, especially with that stance, was the EcoSport.
Yeah, it's a compact crossover that looks like a Mustang.
It's just the lower part of the grille that's different. I mean, you look at just the headlamps in that section with the grille.
Yeah.
EcoSport. I'm just going to cheer them on. Don't get put off because we like the fact that you're doing bold designs. It's great. I mean, we've given flack to them for a long time for being boring, and they're definitely not being boring anymore. So, good work there.
All right, now let's get inside the RAV4, and here I'm really going to talk about one highlight feature. You have something called as the digital mirror. A digital mirror where you can switch between regular view and a cinematic high definition wide angle display.
Excuse me, we already have it. It's called reversing cameras.
No, but here the driver has controls to the reversing camera and can also zoom in on who's behind you.
We can get a closer look at the number plate, I'm guessing.
Well, or the lady who's driving behind you. I often encounter these situations.
Number plate.
Yeah. Now, on the inside, I'm 7-inch touchscreen display. Karthik, I'm not going to mention 7-inch touchscreen display henceforth in any of our videos. Yeah, of course, those cars are going to get some touchscreen.
We need oxygen to breathe.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
But if you're bothering to know, then 5 USB ports and a wireless phone charging unit. Is RAV4, typical question, this question I'm going to ask in every video,
Okay.
is RAV4, ravishing RAV4, is it going to come to India anytime soon? When is it going to come to India?
Okay, I'm going to tell you something else. Toyota CHR has been spy testing in India, and that's
yes.
a smaller crossover from Toyota. So if Toyota's bringing that to India, I'm super kicked because that looks super funky. And well, I'm happy with that.
Well, what's going to be more funky is our live updates coming from Paris Motor Show and Intermod. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, give the videos a big thumbs up and comments below. Thank you very much. Goodbye.